These are the men's vault finalists. And these are the women's balance beam finalists. The two finals will run in tandem. That will also be the case for the gentlemen on the pommel horse alongside the women's floor exercise. And then we'll have the men's horizontal bar as a standalone final at the end of our coverage. Let's look at the runners and riders. Zhang Qingying of the People's Republic of China, second best in qualification, reigning Asian champion. Elisa Iorio of Italy, part of a team that has qualified for the Games and a World Championship medalist. Takezawa Kaoruko, a senior international debut for the 19-year-old. Tinghua Tian of Chinese Taipei, Asian Games bronze medalist and an Asian champion on beam in 2019. Andresa Lima of Brazil, a medalist at the South American Youth Games on balance beam. She's just 16. Nina Derwal of Belgium, a front runner for qualification for Paris through this route. Kaylee Nemour of Algeria, already secure of a place at the Games and the uneven bars champion from yesterday. And Julia Suarez of Brazil, the third best performer in qualification and already a champion in Baku in 2022. Over to the men's vault, Aurel Benovic of Croatia, the sixth best in qualification, 8 times a World Cup medalist. Mohamed Ami of Malaysia, Asian Games bronze medalist last year. Tseng Wei Sheng of Chinese Taipei, World University Games silver medalist last year. Nazar Cheperny of Ukraine, Youth Olympic Games champion in 2018 and the World Championship bronze medalist last year. Dom Cunningham of Ireland, a finalist at World Championship level and a Commonwealth Games medalist on vault. Harry Hepworth of Great Britain, already multiple World Cup medalist on floor and vault. Jorna Reiman of Finland, the junior champion of Europe from 2022 and the European Youth Olympic Festival champion in 2022. Shek Wai Hung of Hong Kong, China, twice an Asian Games champion on vault and the top performer in qualification. The finalists in the balance beam competition and the top performer in qualification, Kaylee Nemour of Algeria, who will be the penultimate gymnast to go. The second best in qualification will get us underway. Zhang Qingying, the 16-year-old from the People's Republic of China. And she is the reigning champion of Asia on beam. And that came about a year after winning the Chinese Youth Championship title. Over to vault. The top performer in qualification will be the last gymnast to go. Shek Wai Hung of Hong Kong, China. Somebody who has got Olympic aspirations through this route and will be seeking to improve upon his performance in Cottbus, having started the season with a bronze medal in Cairo. Second best in qualification, Harry Hepworth of Great Britain. He will go a couple before Shek Wai Hung, and he is part of a team that's already qualified for the Games. Let's have a look at who is in the Olympic qualification race across the two finals. On balance beam, we have quite a few gymnasts in this final who are part of teams that have already qualified or who have already secured themselves a spot via other routes at the World Championship. So in the beam competition, Zhang, Iorio, Takezawa, Lima, Nemour and Suarez are not part of the qualification pathway here. That leaves Tinghua Tien, who will go 4th, Nina Doal, who will go 6th, and who is in a very, very good position. Those are the two that we'll be really focusing on in the beam final from a Paris point of view. Over on the men's vault, Benovic, Aimi, Tseng, Cunningham, Raymond and Sheck are all attempting to qualify via this route. So most of the men's vault competitors, only 2 are not attempting Paris qualification through this route. Nothing is mathematically signed, sealed and delivered until after the Doha World Cup. So even if a gymnast looks as though they are mathematically secure, protocol dictates it is not confirmed until after the 4th and final World Cup. Zhang Jingying of the People's Republic of China gets us underway on balance beam, second best in qualification, reigning champion of Asia. A lovely fluid beginning. Her qualification score was 14.3. Chinese team already has qualified for the games, therefore their gymnasts are not eligible for qualification via this route. Now that was performed nicely. Yeah, very secure looking double pike to conclude the routine. Zhang Qingying with a very authoritative start. Execution was 7.9 in qualification. Interesting to see how that compares here. Now we go over to the vaulting table and Aurel Benovic of Croatia. "23-year-old from Osijek, a great gymnastic city in World Cup competition."
Ladies and gentlemen, the next on balance beam will be gymnast from Italy.
Well, we've already had the first vault from Aurel Benovic. We'll just come back to that in a moment. Let's have a look at this second vault.
Friends, now we shall see the second performance of a Croatian gymnast.
So he employs a nice looking roche as his second vault.
That was Aurel Benovic from Croatia. What can we say about the achievements of this gymnast? He is a silver medalist of the European Championships.
Aurel Benovic. Just to confirm, he had a 14.833 for the first vault. That 14.833 from Benovic for vault number 1 was over 2/10 stronger than qualification, higher difficulty score than the roche. 14.233 for Zhang, virtually the same as qualification, down by less than a tenth.
Elisa Italy.
We go to Elisa Iorio of Italy turns 21 in just over a week's time. This is her first World Cup of the season. Good controlled mount. And she performed well in the uneven bars final yesterday, getting onto the podium. Just a little tentative on the leaps. Otherwise fluid and with an expressive sense of choreography. And just off on the acrobatic sequence. Back with good control in the front walkover. Oh, goodness, that was a nasty looking landing. Fortunately, she seems to be none the worse for wear. Now, Aurel Benovic, 14.599. So he is up from qualification, 14.366 for the second vault, an improvement of almost 2/10 to Mohammad Aimi of Malaysia, the bronze medalist at the Asian Games in Hangzhou last year. An improvement of 6th place, or from 6th place I should say, at the Asian Championships. Just 20 from Terengganu on the east coast of Peninsular Malaysia. Great to see him developing as a senior after he had a bad injury, fracturing his left knee during his junior to senior transition. Roche from him, nice sense of time in the air, smooth and precise.
Great performance made by Malaysian gymnast.
He judged that really well, didn't he? And one imagines that over time the target for him will be to add in the extra 4/10 of difficulty for the half twist out to make that into a Dragulescu, and it probably will end up being a rather nice one. His score was 14.6 in qualification and 9.4 for execution. Probably be similar, maybe not quite as high. 14.466. So he is down just a fraction from an execution standpoint. Indicating a Kasamatsu 1.5 as his second vault. What's been nice to see about Mohammad Aimi is his consistency increasing and his difficulty is increasing. We'll come back to him in a moment with good reason. 10.933 for Elisa Iorio. Takezawa Karuko of Japan. -19-year-old from Shizuoka Prefecture, the prefecture that partially contains Mount Fuji. Quite close to Tokyo. She was 5th at the All Japan Senior Championships in September. Controls the side somi well. Good stability in the wolf turns. A nice senior international debut from her. Takezawa Karuko. Now, I was just talking about the difficulty of Mohamed Aimi. He actually chose to downgrade that second vault. 14.099. I'll just come back and confirm that in a moment as his aggregate score. 13.733. So 4/10 of a drop from qualification. He was indicating that he was going to perform a Kasamatsu 1.5, just went for the Kasamatsu full. He has had consistency issues of late, so it's perhaps a sensible decision just to go for solid landings and good execution. Now we see Tseng Weisheng of Chinese Taipei. Oh, he's got that just right. Very good landing. This is a gymnast who was 7th in Cottbus. He didn't make the final in Cairo. So this is very, very important for him. This is the Lu vault, the Tsukahara double pike. It's maybe a slightly open angle of the pike. This is the gymnast who finished 2nd at the World University Games in Chengdu last year. This should score well. 14.866. That's a long way up from qualification. And for somebody who is looking to keep himself in the game going into Doha, that's a good beginning. Now the second vault is due to be a roche at 4/10 lower. So 5.2. This needs to be really, really crisp. Oh, well done from Tseng Weisheng. He reacts with jubilation. That will score well. As did this from Takezawa Karuko. 13.933. She is up by 8/10 from qualification. She was the 7th best performer in the preliminary round. Goes into 2nd place.
On balance beam representing Chinese Taipei also, Huai Tian Ting.
Tinghua Tian of Chinese Taipei. Bronze medalist at the Hangzhou Asian Games last year, the delayed games. 22, already has competed at the Olympic Games. The balance beam qualification pathway is quite open for a lot of gymnasts chasing Nina Derwal. We won't have a very clear picture until we go into Doha. For Ting, she was 9th in Cottbus, so did get points, but this is her first final. This has had a real sense of polish. And she dismounts soundly too. Tinghua Tien, 13.2 in qualification. Her teammate Zheng Weisheng, 14.616. 14.366 for the second vault. So he is improved by 3/10 from qualification. And Zheng goes into second place. So we've seen 3 gymnasts. Sorry, correction there. Zheng has gone into first place. We've seen 3 gymnasts performing who are all attempting to qualify for Paris through the vault pathway at the World Cups. Now we go to Nazar Cheperny, who's part of a Ukrainian team that's already qualified. Ergo, for him, this is about preparation, not qualification. He produces the first Dragulescu that we've seen of the day. And he does it well. He is the reigning World Universities champion on vault. Certainly seem to have plenty of time in the air to judge that extra half twist to add 4/10 of difficulty to the roche. Comfortably operating with 2 5.6 difficulty vaults, Cheperny. So of the 4 that we've seen so far, he has 4/10 over 2 of them in difficulty and 8/10 over 1 of them. That's Aimee in difficulty. He picked up a 0.1 penalty for this vault in qualification. No danger of that here. 14.8, so he is 3/10 up from the preliminary round and is in line to go into the lead if he can match this with the second vault, which should be a Kasamatsu double. Oh, very good from Cheperny. That's the new leader.
That was the brilliant performance made by the Ukrainian gymnast.
The undergraduate at the National University of Physical Culture and Sports. Tinghua Tien, 12.966. Difficulty 5.2. She's down by 2/10 from qualification. So she's in third position at the halfway stage. Zhang Xingying leading by 3/10 over Takezawa Kaoruko. I don't think there's going to be any doubt about the leader at the halfway stage on vault. 14.9 the average, a 15 exactly for the second vault. So Cheperny is up by 2.5 from qualification. So of the 4 that we've seen, 3 have improved from qualifying. Just Mohamed Aimee dropping down, but he did make that decision to downgrade his second vault. In the men's vault, Cheperny leads. Zheng is second. That's good news for him, because when it comes to the points allocation, the gymnasts who are not eligible for Paris 2024 qualification are removed from the standings. The highest points haul you can get is 30. That's for being the top placed potential Olympic qualifier in your pathway. We're looking there at Ireland's Dom Cunningham. He will be the next to go. Over on beam, we've still got the first, third and fourth strongest qualifiers to come. There is the top qualifier, 17-year-old Kylian Moore of Algeria. developing enormously as an all-around prospect. Really quite exciting. Yes, she has this stellar uneven bars routine, and quite rightly the world is talking about it, but there must be more than an afterthought given to her all-around prospects as well. What she does not have in terms of enormous difficulty vaulting, she certainly compensates for with the quality of score that she can produce on the uneven bars. When you add to that her good work on beam and her secure tumbling on floor, it's a very complete picture emerging.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we continue with women balance beam finalists. Please welcome first gymnast representing Brazil, Andresa Heloisa Lima de Lima.
Welcome to World Cup competition, Andresa Lima of Brazil. She's just 16 from São Paulo state. Yet to compete at World Championship level too, but she's got a very good collection of America's medals. She's been on the South American Championship podium on vault, and as a junior she won 4 medals at the South American Youth Games, including a silver on beam. So this is a prospect, a real prospect. Takes a little back step just to stabilise herself, but that's okay. It's pacey and expressive. Very nice walkover, trying to go directly into those jumps. Had a lovely snap coming out of the free walkover. It was performed with authority. Unfortunately, just a little offline on the leaps. Oh, just overcooked the double tuck to dismount. Again, she showed real strength and composure to stabilise that. That's an exciting gymnast that we're watching. 13 was her score in qualification.
Please welcome.
Always a joy to see this gentleman.
And his first routine on wall.
Dom Cunningham of Ireland, formerly of the British team. And he has been a medalist on vault at the Commonwealth Games. Oh, lovely. Schuhfelt from Dom Cunningham. 2.5 twisting Yurchenko. Originated by the great Karl Schuhfelt. He performs this really well. Does have a little loss of form, perhaps in flight, but the stability of the landing, impressive. Dom Cunningham, not yet qualified for the Games. Just remind you that there are still pathways for gymnasts, but just the one of them at continental level. One all-around spot to be awarded at the Continental Championships. Now, Cunningham scored 14.466 for his first vault in qualification. It was handsomely the best. Execution-wise, it was half a mark up from the second, and that's up overall from qualifying. 14.533 and 9.333. Really well performed, that vault. He's a little low, but with the experience of Dom Cunningham, he knows how to get out of a slightly awkward landing, showed great strength and poise to hold that. 12.266 for Andresa Lima. Absolutely a work in progress, and one to be excited about if you're a fan of the Brazilian team. And that is most of the gymnastics world.
Please welcome next finalist on balance beam representing Belgium, Nina Derwell.
Nina Derwal of Belgium, 4th best in qualification, champion in Cairo, 5th in Cottbus, front runner to secure one of the 2 berths for Paris. Absolutely elegant mount that. That was so well controlled. This is a gymnast who has competition steel. She has, over the course of her career, proven again and again. There's an example with the side somersault that she knows how to arrest a small problem. She did the same thing in Cottbus when there was an issue during her routine. She stayed on. And then from that small issue to go into very well executed wolf turns. And that lovely twisting gainer dismount from Nina Derwal. 14.133. Cunningham is in 4th position, having a nice time on the couch. 13.733 for the second vault.
And this score, as we see on the screen,
he's a lovely chap, Dom Cunningham. He was one of the 2 arena presenters, along with Danusia Francis, at the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham in 2022. And if ever there was a man born to G up a crowd, it's Dom Cunningham.
on vault representing Great Britain, Harry Hepworth.
Harry Hepworth of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, 2nd best in qualification. Oh, it's a massive Dragulescu. He's getting really good time in the air, and that's allowing him to be secure moving round into the half twist. Just have a look at that power.
Ladies and gentlemen, we see the highlight.
Good symmetry. He's fully aware of where he is, and he's very upright. Yes, there's a little backwards hop as he lands, but if you look at the chest position of Hepworth as he lands that Dragulescu, that's very encouraging, because the Dragulescu, as I'm sure many of you know, is a vault that can be often quite piked in the landing position. .8. That is better by 0.2 than qualification, and that's quite clear to see why. Really good form in the air, good landing position. He's starting to make very compelling statements. Yes, very good. Very good vaulting from Great Britain's Harry Hepworth. A Yo vault named after the 1996 Olympic vault silver medalist Yo Hong Chol. 13.766 for Nina Derwal. That puts her into 3rd position But in terms of the Olympic qualification pathway, that's the best score. Because Zhang, who's in first place, is part of a team that's qualified. Takezawa, who's second, is part of a team that's qualified. So Derval has done exactly what she needed to do, because there are only two in that beam final going for the qualification spot. So Derval has picked up the maximum points haul. To Kelly Nemour of Algeria, top qualifier. That's beautiful. Straight from the mount into some acrobatic work. 14.533, her qualification score. Oh, that's unfortunate. The foot just went off. Does get good height in her leaps, tries to get the legs to a strong horizontal position. Smooth Corbett flip. Her double pike has real clarity to dismount. Harry Hepworth, 14.866. He goes into second place, 14.933 for his second vault. So that puts him just behind Nazar Ciperni by a matter of a few hundredths. Now, this is an exciting young gymnast to get to watch. Joona Reiman of Finland. He's 19, from the lovely city of Tampere, close to Helsinki, just a little north. Junior European champion in Munich in 2022, same year that he won the European Youth Olympic Festival title. Fifth best in qualification. And that is a really assured beginning. A Dragulescu from Reiman. He has got some senior honours as well. All-around bronze medal at the Northern European Championships. Lacks a little tidiness in the air at times, and he's quite piked as he lands, but he's utterly going in the right direction with that Dragulescu. And it's very impressive when you've got a 19-year-old coming through and they're producing a 5.6 and a 5.2 difficulty. 14.666, up by hundredths from qualification. This second vault, the Kasamatsu 1.5, obviously the long-term goal will be to try to turn that into the Lopez and to make it a 5.6 Kasamatsu double. He has not yet qualified for the games, and he had a tough time in Cairo and Cottbus. This is promising. That was his Kasamatsu 1.5. Again, a little of the form needs some attention, but he's going in the right direction. 13.166 for Nemour puts her in fourth position. An unintentional dismount with the back handspring to 2 feet. to a layout to 2 feet.
Please welcome last
The issue there,
finalist on balanced beam,
putting her out of
representing
contention.
Brazil, Julia Suarez.
Julia Suarez of Brazil, third best in qualification. The 18-year-old, more experienced than her teammate, Lima. She's from Curitiba. Opens with the candle mount. Curitiba in Paraná state in the southeast of Brazil. Little in the way of oscillation on the x-axis in the wolf turns. Little difficulty getting the line back on the beam established coming out of the back tuck. Slightly jarred landing with the double pike. Some strong elements to that routine from Julia Suarez. And Jorna Rayman is in 5th place with a 14.549 average, 14.433 for his second vault. So he has gone up by over a tenth from qualification, which is really strong for a first World Cup final. Nice to see what he's capable of. Look forward to more from him. From a youngster to a veteran vaulter, two-time Asian Games champion, and somebody who may well fling himself, quite literally, back into Olympic qualification prospects here. He got a bronze in Cairo, was 30th in Cottbus. This is Shekwai Hung of Hong Kong, China. 14.916 in qualification. Well, I never. He has got some serious difficulty. 6.0 difficulty is the Risei Guang vault. We haven't seen a 6.0 difficulty vault until this stage of the final. That's the Tsukahara double back tuck with the full twist added, named after the Democratic People's Republic of Korea's Risei Guang. Vault named for him in 2013, I believe. .966, not quite as secure as qualification, a 2/10 execution drop.
Dear friend, we see the score of Wai Hong Cheng representing Hong Kong, China for first routine.
But we've got a potential leader here, and we've certainly got a good case for a medal. 14.616 is occupying bronze. There aren't many out there who indicated Dragulescu as vault number 2. And it's a good Dragulescu. Again, he's a little unsteady on his landing, but for Shekwai Hung, he could start to feature in the Paris 2024 race. 13.033 for Julia Suarez. That concludes the beam final. She finishes in 5th position. We'll bring you the full standings in just a moment.
gymnastics fan, we are waiting for score of the gymnast representing Hong Kong, China.
The classified results in the balance beam competition: Zhang Qingying taking the gold medal. Takezawa Karuko on her senior international debut wins silver, and a big result for Nina Derval of Belgium as the top performer of the Paris 2024 hopefuls through the balance beam pathway. She is ready to breathe and sigh in relief. 14.866. She Guai-hung has secured the silver medal. 14.766 for the second vault, up from qualification. The classified results in the men's vault competition: Nazar Cheperny of Ukraine winning the title. She Guai-hung of Hong Kong, China taking second place ahead of Harry Hepworth of Great Britain on the tie-break criteria by virtue of the highest scoring vault. Single highest scoring vault. Zheng Wei-sheng finishes in fourth position. The gymnast from Chinese Taipei trying to help his own Paris 2024 prospects, but Shek is the gentleman who's really come out of this well from a Paris perspective, because that means that he has got a bronze and a silver to call upon. The victory ceremony for the men's vault competition at the Baku World Cup.
Award ceremony for men's vault final. Third place and bronze medalist Harry Hepworth, Great Britain.
The bronze medalist, Great Britain's Harry Hepworth.
Second place and silver medalist Wai Hun Sheng, Hong Kong, China.
Taking the silver medal on a tie-break with Harry Hepworth, She Guai-hung of Hong Kong, China.
Ukraine.
And the winner in a very tight men's vault final, Nazar Cheperny of Ukraine. 14.9 and two 14.866 scores. That's all that separated those three on the podium. Virtually nothing at all. It was Cheperny that got the job done, and we'll now hear the Ukrainian national anthem in his honour.
Gymnastics of Azerbaijan State Academy of Physical Education and Sports. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and show your respect for the national anthem of Ukraine.
Tebrik ederim. Hediyeler Azerbaycan Gimnastika Federasyası'nın resmi taraftaşı LG tarafından takdim oldu.
The medalists in the men's vault competition at the Baku World Cup of Artistic Gymnastics.
İtman Gimnastikası üzrə Dünya Kubokunda qadın gimnastların gimnastika dilində mükafatlandırmasına başlayır.
The victory ceremony in the women's balance beam competition.
Third place and bronze medalist Nina Derval, Belgium. Belgium.
Belgium's Nina Derval winning the bronze medal.
Second place. and
Great
third
result for
place.
her with the Olympics closing in.
Takezawa, Japan.
Takezawa Karuko of Japan in a senior international debut takes the silver medal. Great performance from the teenager.
Zhang, China.
16-year-old Zhang Xingying of the People's Republic of China, the Asian champion, wins
Daudo,
in the city where East meets West.
Miličković, President of Serbian Gymnastics Federation. Shafiga Yonchuyeva, Manager of Azerbaijan Gymnastics Federation. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and show your respect for the national anthem of China.
Tebrik ederim. Hediyeler Azerbaycan Gimnastika Federasyasının rəsmi tərəfdaşı elçi tərəfindən təqdim olunur.
The medalists in the women's balance beam competition in Baku.